Hello, welcome to our weekly live stream, order flow trading with Robert Rosa. First of all, please give me quick feedback if you can see and hear me. Otherwise, welcome to our weekly live stream. Well, I can hear myself very good, so I had to turn my own voice off, but it is working now. So every Thursday, 3 p.m. Central European Time or 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we are having our weekly order flow live stream. For everyone who doesn't know me yet, I started trading at the age of 13. That was 1995. And at the age of 17, I set up my first investment company with two partners. And actually, they were also my mentors of how to be part of the investment business, especially alternative investments, hedge funds, managed accounts, and private equity. I sold my shares a couple years later in that company, and I moved to China in 2004, where I set up a second investment company with my Chinese partner together. She was a Shanghainese, and basically this company became very successful, and we started to have over 100 million US dollar under management. That was very successful for us. And if you are very successful in China, look at Jack Ma and other famous people. It can become a little bit tricky in that country. And especially if you're very successful. One of my best trading days was subprime crisis 2008, where I made $800,000 in one day during trading basically forex markets. And I had a team of 30 traders and analysts in my investment firm. And well, yeah, it was a very nice time. But then in May 2011, I got arrested from the Chinese government because I had one Chinese platform. It was called Finance China, and I was actually translating Chinese stock market information in Chinese language to English. I had the license for this, but well, if you control the news, you are not very popular in China. Anyway, so they arrested me, and I spent the next 7 years and 7 months in Chinese detention center and Chinese prison in Dongguan. I was released in December 2018, and after my release, I wrote a book. Fortunately, it's only available in German right now, but we are going to change this. It became a best-selling book called The Dragon Years, and well, since I'm a trader and I have no school education, I quit my school. Before graduation, I went back into the trading business with my background as an institutional trader, and I'm running two communities right now, one English-speaking community and one German-speaking community. And we are focusing on actually getting funded as quick as possible. Our community members are quite successful getting payouts also after almost not even 1 month of trading. And well, you can get more information about lit.robertrosa.com and join our English-speaking community, where we are basically meeting every day, trading and discussing the market situation to learn from each other and to get your trading knowledge to the next level. And also, we are probably the first one who actually offering a money back guarantee after 12 months if you follow our trading blueprint and you're not successful. Now, most importantly, for Bookmap, all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Now, that is the legal framework. So now, maybe let me ask you one thing. Did you actually watch our live stream with Bruce like yesterday? Let me see if I can find the link again. Yesterday, after market close, we had a live stream about my trading style, especially trading the ES and focusing on anchored VWAP. It was a very nice presentation. Let me find the link for you. If you did not see it yet, well, you should definitely review it. And the link, one second.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the
That was... One second, I just have to find it here on YouTube. It was on Discord and YouTube. Well, I hope you review it, and I'm happy to watch your feedback. Yeah, you get a deep dive into trading with Bookmap and through Bookmap. How am I using it? What is my main focus? And well, I believe you can get great information out of my way of thinking about markets. And well, we always try to give as much valuable content as possible to actually grow this community. And there was also one question, which was, if I remember it correctly, if you are new to that industry or to the trading business, what would you start to do, or what should you do? And in my opinion, basically, I joined the Bookmap Discord channel, the Bookmap Academy. If you're not there, you're getting great value, and that basically for free. You also get the link to Bookmap Academy. And if you are trading is a continuous, let's say, continuous way of adapting yourself to the market conditions. And that is the most important thing for everyone to understand. If you have a strategy, yes, you can use this, and the foundations of the market are always the same. A market has 4 facts. Each and every market. The first fact is the price that we can see basically. Then the price has a timestamp where the transaction was done, and we have a volume. So price, time, volume, these are the 3 historical facts, and this we can actually see in the bubbles here right now. The 4th fact, which most of the people do not even know or are not aware of, is simply liquidity, because we can actually place our orders in the market and still waiting for execution. And this is what we can actually find in Bookmap. These are this blue, colorblind. Now these are the green areas here, and these are the buy limit orders, and these are the sell limit orders, and we can see accordingly to this heat map where liquidity lies in the market. And Stanley Druckenmiller, the world famous hedge fund manager, actually made it very clear. It's not news that are moving the market, it's liquidity. And wherever we find liquidity, we can be certain that the market probably will go to this direction. And give me 1 second, I really figured out I forgot my glasses. Yeah, 1 second. Now you can see I am back. This is why I was wondering, why is that picture so unclear, yeah, not sharp. So now this problem is solved. So let's have a look into the community, and for any questions, feel free to ask anything. Caesar, I can see. Hello Rizo, hello RS, hello Hendrik, hello Aloy Santa. Nice to see you here, and don't forget to give the YouTube video a like button. And also for me, regarding the question, what should you do as a beginner in trading? Well, my personal advice is try to find a community where you can exchange your ideas with people who can actually understand you, because you cannot talk to your family about trading. Well, this is very counterproductive most of the time, and also not to friends, because they simply do not understand what we are going to do. If you show someone this picture of Bookmap, basically they are believing you're sitting in front of a slot machine or something like this, which of course is not true, but these colors and bubbles are sort of funny, yeah. Try to find like-minded people, join a community, and also before you spend like $10,000s of dollars or multiple thousands of dollars for any sort of online course, be aware that all the trading knowledge that basically you can learn in these sort of online courses is available for free. either on YouTube or in good books. There are a handful of very, very amazing books that you can, which actually give you all the knowledge that you must know to become a successful trader. So knowledge is for free in this area. Where you are going to, if you're going to pay money, then try to find the knowledge organized. And this is what you can actually find in my community, organized knowledge. So you will go straight to the point, cut all the BS around it. The trading industry is like a jungle, yeah. You do not know where you are actually, especially as a novice trader. If you're new, you will get confused about all this sort of information. So find a community which you can actually pay for and get straight to the point. And if you really want to get very fast to the point and talk to certain mentors, not only myself, but there are other very successful traders who can give you a very good introduction to the markets and bring you on the road to success, well, then you have to pay a little bit more because it's personalized knowledge. Yeah. So keep that in mind and try to find your way around it. Hello DB, Rezo, can you explain micro and macro market behaviors? If I understand your question correctly, maybe you have to define it a little bit more. But for me, there is no difference between micro and macro behaviors. The way how I trade on a 1-minute chart is the same as I were trading on a daily chart, for example, or on a weekly chart. There's no difference for me. The market structure is in the big way, in the long term, the same as in the short term for me. The patterns are the same. The liquidity is the same. Everything is basically the same situation. So for example, if we are day trading, we can see the liquidity here. Yeah. But if we look on the macro view, basically we cannot see the liquidity on a different zone, yeah, or different liquidity providers. Then we actually have to get into Federal Reserve meetings, yeah, Fed decision, interest rates. Then we can assume where liquidity is going to be and if there's liquidity coming to the market or not. That would be probably a difference on the long run. But for me, in my personal trading, I do not really care about this. For me, on the tick chart or on the daily chart, it's exactly the same trading behavior that I'm using. Oh, I can see Dan is also there. Nice to see you, Dan. And well, let's have a look at the markets. And again, I also told it yesterday, we are in a very volatile market situation right now. We have economic news, like yesterday, the Fed interest rate decision. And today, PPI, I think, was here. Index at the 2:30 or 8:30 Eastern time. And most importantly, next week, the triple witch week is starting. The futures and options markets, derivative markets, have the expiration date. Always the third Friday of the trading month. This is June contract right now, so the third Friday is next Friday. So all the future contracts are going to expire. And then we are going to see huge moves on the upside and on the downside. Because if we look at the CME website right now, to give you an understanding, and really, this is very important for you as a trader, especially if you're new to the market. It's a dangerous environment. And most of the traders are basically crashing their accounts during this period. Because you are doing your analysis, your homework, and you have your support and resistance zones. This is all basically you're doing the right thing, but you just forget that it is triple witch week and that we have expiration dates. This means basically, if we look at the ES contract, this is a June contract that we are trading right now for the past 3 months. We see open interest already changing. Yeah, open interest are the open orders, so to say. We see a decline in the June contract and an increase in the September contract. Basically, everyone who's long or short in the June contract has to close their positions. And then they have to actually open these positions in the September contract. So this is a switching period. And there are many people who have to close their longs or institutions and close their shorts. And this will actually, no matter what, they have to do it. It doesn't matter the price. Of course, they try to catch the best price possible. Just there is no, you cannot wait. Yeah, so you have to make the flip, the rollover, so to say. And this will always create huge market movements. And well, there is no, can we wait or can we not wait? It's not, just simply have to do it, yeah. Rezo, that is what I meant. Okay, Rezo, then I understood you correctly. Well, for me, there is no difference in this sort of trading. Again, we can see here phenomenon. We see that the market actually try to look close view into that. What happened here actually? We can see this very nicely in Bookmap. First of all, just before the news release was here, we could see that the liquidity here on the right side was simply taken out of the market. No more contracts, because no one knows what the news are going to be. Well, probably there are people who have very good predictions, and most likely somehow something is also going to leak. Yeah, cannot imagine that this is so top secret. And this, you can see the order book totally empty. Then we have a little shakeout. These shakeouts are going to happen, a couple points, because there is nothing in the order book. And if you can see, we see empty fields here, yeah, and only 2 contracts in the market. And this is sort of a malfunction or misfunction in the order book. And this has to be repaired somehow. We see here no offers. We can see here no offers. And this is why we get this crazy moves to the upside. And we can also see here that we basically jumping above these price levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For example, if you have a stop order here, a stop loss, and the next price is basically you're getting a fill somewhere here, yeah, 2, 3, 4 points higher, because there's simply nothing in the order book that can actually cover your position. So even if you have a stop loss, you can get screwed in that market, yeah. So that is very clear thing that we actually have to know. And then these sort of moves have to be repaired. This is then if we see the market is jumping up. So the market is basically going down to try to fill these holes. And this is why we get these crazy moves. And basically after news time, if you have situations like this, the market will come back to the breakout point to actually cover all these not filled price levels. And this is always a nice trading situation. And as we can see here, the market went back. So if you see a move like this, you can trade this with your personal account, not with prop firm accounts. Basically, I try to make a sell limit order somewhere in this area around liquidity and a buy limit order below here. And I expect that the market, that I'm actually getting triggered here, getting into the market, and that the market will come back to this breakout level. So that is a nice trade. It's getting very fast most of the time. You can make a nice profit, but it's also high risk trades. And you must be aware that the market can also go probably another 20 or 30 points against you. And you must have, of course, the matching budget to actually finance a trading strategy like this. You mean expiration date is the 3rd Friday of the month. If we look here, 3rd Friday, we have 7th. 1st Friday, 14th, 2nd Friday, and 21st, the 3rd Friday of the trading month. And of course, I always recommend, if you do not know this or if you want to get the specific information, you go to the CME group, you go to specs, and you find the specifications of that contract. What is an index point? How much is the value of an index point? when is the expiration date, settlement procedure, position limits, the rule book, of course. These are things that you basically should read. Yeah. People like Peter and me are basically so crazy and actually reading these sort of things because we want to know what are the market rules. Yeah. So actually, if you really want to know what are the rules of the exchange where you are trading, well, you have to read the rule book. Very simple. If you do not know the rule books, for me, basically, it's careless. This is the basic homework that you have to do. Yeah, you want to become a long-term successful trader. Many people don't like this, don't like to read this because they think it's boring, or maybe they don't understand the English. But with ChatGPT, you can even translate it into any language. But of course, you also should be familiar with all the terminology in English, and basically you should speak English. If you're not a native speaker, learn it. And otherwise, if you are not profitable or if you make mistakes in trading, that is simply your own fault because you are probably too lazy to get this knowledge. And if you do not know this, you always have to remember you are playing in this industry against the smartest people and institutions in this world. There is no mercy. They will take your money. There are competitors like BlackRock. They have more money under management than the German and France government as a GDP have in 1 year. Yeah. So you play against players and smart people who really do not care about you. They just take what they can get. That is capitalism on its highest grade. Yeah. And if you probably make mistakes that you do not know what is written here or that you did not read it, well, you already have a disadvantage and you cannot afford to have disadvantages. Well, there is a slippage with market orders, correct. But if you have a stop order, this stop order will become a market order. That is for sure. So then you have a slippage with your stop order. With a market order, you get your fill. So for me personally, I'm trading during this period only evaluation accounts from prop firms. If I am losing them, it's fine. I just made a small trade again, 6 ticks. I'm also reducing my contract size only to 3, made $225. So even myself, I'm a very cautious trader during this couple of days and especially next week. And if you are new to the business, I really recommend only use evaluation accounts or basically do not trade at all. It's a very simple advice. Take 1 day holiday, and especially if you have funded accounts and you're waiting payout or whatever, do not trade these accounts unless you're really a specialist in this way. Yes, RS, it means huge slippage if you have a stop loss. Yeah. And also you have to make sure, but this is now by default, if you have a fast market, your order can be rejected von Rithmic. I had that problem and my stop loss was actually rejected and not executed. So I had an open position. Yeah. So now there is this configuration and Rithmic convert orders to market on reject. Bracket stop orders convert to market on reject. Make sure these buttons are clicked, but it's now, we actually recognized this problem because of my trades, and we had an investigation into that with Bruce. And well, now these 2 boxes are actually by default checked, and especially if you use the brackets like I do, if your order get rejected because of a fast market or because the order book has no actually price level, then Rithmic can reject the order. And well, if it's going to be rejected, the order is cancelled and you're still in the market. So then you must actually confirm with them. If the order is getting rejected, just sell the market and you will see that probably you get another fill with a huge slippage at a price that basically is more than your risk, the risk that you want to take. Yes, correct. If the market is so thin, you always have to take slippage into consideration. Especially if you look at the Nasdaq is not as volatile as the doesn't have so much liquidity like the ES. You can see you only have here like 1, 2, 3 contracts. If you trade like 100 ES or 200 ES contracts or even 1,000 NQs, you will always have slippage. You must always see what is the trading position size that I am having right now and how thin or big is the order book. I always give the example as I had my my hedge fund or my investment fund in China. We had over $100 million under management, and we were trading a lot of Chinese stocks, for example, or the Hang Seng index future. And if a stock, for example, has a daily trading volume of 10,000 shares, but we have to place an order of 100,000 shares, we cannot simply press buy market or buy limit. It's not working like this. We have to split our orders over many days or weeks sometimes to actually get the price that we are willing to pay. If we would press buy market, the price would simply buy out, absorb the order book, and we are going to a level that is definitely not suitable for us to trade. Also other markets, if you look at gold, also not as doesn't have this liquidity like the ES or the Euro future. Similar. But the Euro future also depends more on the spot market. The Forex spot markets definitely have the volatility, the liquidity, sorry. But also here we can see the shakeout, the bottom side down, and then the market went up. And basically also coming back to this breakout level. This is very typical for Forex markets also. Once the market is back, the order book is basically restored. The market will go into the natural direction. On the other side, if we now compare, we have here the ESM, which is a June contract. And now next week, probably Monday or Tuesday, we are going to start to trade the ESU, that is the September contract. And then you will see that the order book, right now we have like 2 digits, 20, 10 contracts on one side, will become like this. And that makes the market very volatile during the next week because the withdrawal of liquidity and the adding of the liquidity to the other contract. So let's see. Well, there are now already a lot of people. Now you can actually press the like button here again. You see if there are any more questions. If you have anything, feel free to ask. Now let's have a look at the big picture. Market opening is in 1 minute. What I'm going to do is, normally I like to actually enter a session VWAP or event VWAP. First, I'm going to clear all drawings. Delete all VWAPs. Now we are create a VWAP session start, create a current VWAP. I want this one to start in 10 seconds. Using the standard deviations, the first and second one. This is a session VWAP. Okay. And I want to start a VWAP basically here, an anchored VWAP just before the news release, probably here. I'll be at the release here, exactly at this point, create an anchored VWAP. Always a good point to start the VWAP at news releases. Now let's see. Liquidity is coming into the market at 549. We are starting at, this is the event VWAP. But to get really context into this, well, you can trade the contract. Of course, you can trade the September contract right now, but as you can see, you do not have that liquidity here. And we always try to trade the contract with the highest liquidity because, well, it's the safest way to trade. I mean, if you trade now 1 or 2 contracts, you can also trade this one, but you definitely have a higher volatility. You will see next week when the volume is going to change, then you are also going to switch your contracts. Every day you will see things starting from tomorrow and Monday. You will see an increase in the September contract and a decrease in the this is the March contract and a decrease in the increase in the September contract. Oh my God, getting confused now. Increase in this contract, decrease in this contract. But also here we can see we already have a thin order book, you know, that is this is already starting, only 2 digits, yeah. So it makes the market very choppy, as we say. If you trade with small stop losses, you can get quickly in trouble. And this is going to get worse during the next days. Let's see, I'm going to have here the ESM24 trading view. Already changed it to the next month, but for me it's still a little bit early personally. And what we can also see is this is a pre-session. Basically from today we had this high. If you enter VWAP at the high, we could see nice trading opportunities, 1, 2, 3. But, and this is typical for these days, the market doesn't actually turn at the VWAP. The market is going at least like 4, 5, 6 ticks above the VWAP. That is normal for this situation. I have to know that, yeah, to adapt my stop loss or my entry levels at this VWAP situations. Here we have the news release here. We can also add an anchored VWAP here. We could see the VWAP was touched here, here. Now where are we going to be? Probably 5,434. In this area, I'm probably testing the lows here. Look at the 5-minute chart. And if we basically take out this low, it can become very quick that we go back to this zone. Here. Here, this was the news release yesterday at 2:30, and basically there are also, the order book is very empty here. Basically many levels had no execution. So if the market is basically breaking through this low, most likely the market will go straight down to 5393. Similar, the correction of the market today went very fast, but this huge level is not cleared yet. And we have the support zone here, the final support. Let's see, the main picture right now is simply the range. that is in play. We can add also volume profile here. We are trading around the point of control, so this is always a difficult time. If we go below this value area, probably to this level, we see high volume node, we can expect support. It's a little bit below the VWAP. And where was the big liquidity? Well, we have something at 5,450, but these are only 291 contracts. It's not that huge, this liquidity. You can see the market nicely is moving downwards in this between the first and second minus standard deviation. And let's see what the market is going to do, where it's going to find its place. Right now, for me, there's basically nothing to do here. Just watch how the market is evolving. And this area, there's a point of control, 5,440, that we have from this range. Yeah, we have here 5,440, and this is why we can see the liquidity around this area is a little bit higher, because it's simply the point of control. If the market is going to this area and the liquidity still stays there, most likely we could actually trade a pullback. But I really would be carefully in this choppy market environment. Robert, I appreciate very much for doing this and sharing your wealth of knowledge and experience. Thank you for your words, RL. Can you explain the expiration date of crude oil? Are they closing their positions every month? Well, we can have a look at this, and to get this information, we are going to the website of the CME group, checking out CL, and then we go to settlements or quotes. July, August, September, yes, they are actually expiring every month, as you can see. But if I am correct, not every month has always the same trading or is trading liquidity. You always have to check. You go to the website, and you can also see here CLN4 is the contract with most of the volume, and this contract you choose to actually have to trade. Always this contract with the highest volume, yeah. And right now we have July, then August, September, October. Like I said, this information I cannot know every contract month, yeah, which is now up to date. And for this, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to the CME group website, and I know where to find the answer, and then I know which months to trade. Exactly, the contracts also run for years, yeah. You have a completely different market environment in crude oil, and a complete different planning. If we look at the index futures, they are simply cash markets. But crude oil, there are completely different players behind the scene, because they really have to buy crude oil, and they want to get it delivered into their depots to use it to make gasoline and whatsoever. So it's really physical product. Saudi Arabia is creating the oil, you're getting out of the earth, and other countries like Germany, probably they have to buy it in a physical way. And this takes time, and you have to plan into the future for many years. You cannot say, okay, next year we do not have any oil supply anymore. If this contract expires, then they're starting to deliver. So they have to think into the future. And here again, we can see a nice trading opportunity. We actually really touched the green is the event VWAP. just touched it and made this pullback back to the session VWAP. That would be also take profit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 10 to 12 ticks. Perfect. And again, a touching here. The market going back to the probably to the session VWAP. And again, here we can see this liquidity cluster. This is in accordance with the point of control of this range. 39.75. And this is always difficult to trade. It's very choppy here. Buy for 50, some more contracts. What is that? 5,450, the highs. Can have a look to crude. Also a nice market to trade with VWAPs, but it's definitely more volatile. It's a higher volatility. You add like an anchored VWAP at the bottom. You can also see how nicely this market is trailing above the VWAP. VWAP low, touch, entry point, touch, entry point. And the move is starting now again. At the top, anchored VWAP. And we simply assume that the market is going to make a turnaround, or you find a long opportunity here. Either we assume this was the end of the trend and now we're trailing down, or basically find support here. This 40 cents to 60 cents, 15. Maybe we are going to try place an order here with one contract. Basically, this is only a sim mode, yeah, just for your reference. These are no real trades. I have to put this into context. It is important, and to see how we basically could trade something like this, yeah. To basically place sell limit order in front of that anchored VWAP and also one above this one, and see how it's going to be and how easy it is to trade basically through Bookmap. Like I said, no real trading, just simulation mode. Yes, I also would trade at the AVWAP if there's no liquidity, because the algorithms, which is the logic behind it, basically just starting to automatically buy. They do not place their order before. Yeah, they know if the price is touching this level, we are starting like 10 buy orders, tuck, 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 with a small liquidity to actually immediately catch that price. If we see liquidity there, it's a higher confirmation. But many times the market simply touches this level and goes into another direction. Making this pullback. This is what I figured out over the years, and what we might see. Now we have data latency spikes. Okay, that is sometimes. The market is okay. Now we got the fill here, and this is normally not buying pressure coming in. The nice thing is if you make this trade, you know very quickly if you're on the wrong side or not. So that's very easy, you know. My take profit, I would even put it one tick above, but I think we are getting out of the market soon. Yeah, now we're simply out. That's it. Very simple, easy trading. And now the market actually confirmed that this trend is not over. The market still wants to go higher. Yeah, easy to figure out. And then you simply try to turn around the game, yeah. So where to enter on this long trend? Basically, again, if the market goes back to this long-term anchored VWAP, or we enter a new one here at the bottom. Let's see. You can create in this way here, this VWAP, a lot of trades with the lot of scalping trades in the CL. Yeah, basically, if you really follow up this approach, you can make 100 or 200 trades a day if you are that staying focused on the market. It's not my my style, but it's simply to explain to you how things are working and what you can trade if it's not in the ES, and how you are using this trade functionality in Bookmap, which I think is very easy to do. And again, these are only demo trades, and do not get confused about this. Also here, market probably doesn't want to get it. Repeat, anchor points are always points where we, for example, have the market opening, high levels, low levels, and events, for example. Also points where we have a huge liquidity. Yeah, these are interesting points. Every time when something important happened, news, opening, high, low. And then of course you always take the larger time frame into consideration. Yeah, very important. Not only look on Bookmap, but also get the big picture here. Yeah, that is crucial to understand where are major turning points, like here, here, here. And basically this is your daily trading homework that you have to do every day before I start trading. I'm doing my research, analyzing the markets for highs, for lows, high volume nodes, low volume nodes, and well, getting the big picture of the situation. Yeah, for example, this VWAP here starting from Wednesday low, you can see here on the ES right now, actually it's being respected. You're welcome, Pete. If you have any more questions, feel free. We have another 10-15 minutes and then we are continuing to our trading community, continuing trading. The market doesn't know its direction here right now. If I would trade, for example, my personal account, I might already flatten this trade because it's simply to, yeah, doesn't go fast enough. I want, if the market is touching certain level, that really this pullback is coming fast. But this is simply demo trading. Well, and here on YouTube, please don't forget to leave a like button, yeah. How can you differentiate between high probability trades from low probability trades? This is basically when many points are coming together, like a point of control, together with the VWAP, together with the support and resistance zone, then you get high probability trades. The conjunction between many factors, yeah. And then also the time of the day when you are trading is also important. Are you trading pre-session? Are you trading regular trading session to actually avoid trading? The recognition of high probability trades is actually not to recognize the trade. It's most likely to know when not to trade. And this comes very close with the correct time of the day. Sometimes it's better to trade during pre-session. Sometimes it's better to trade during regular trading sessions. And you will see that everyone has a different recognition of this sort of patterns. To actually do not trade at certain times of the day because you know it's working against you. This is probably one of the best rules. And do not stay too long in front of the computer. Make 1 or 2 trades and get out. Turn off the computer. If you covered this already, but are there signs of foul play that you can identify? What exactly do you mean with foul play? All right, maybe you can give more detailed information what you exactly mean. How to work stop run. Well, if we can stop runs, you know, these are also sort of market sweeps sometimes. Let me see if I find an example here. Stop runs, basically we can see here in on the trading field that we see this red dots, and these are basically indicators of how many stops were triggered. But a stop run basically has a sort of V formation, yeah? The market is going down like this and then moving up. But I do not have a nice example here right now. We also call it market sweep. Maybe sometimes, like, also not really. Maybe something like this. We see the big red bubbles, market is fetching liquidity and then making an upward move. It's like a V market sweep that we can identify. See if we have something on a larger time frame. Things like this here, you know, the market makes this shape to the downside. These two is like a 1 minute chart. If we have a wick like this big, most likely on Bookmap it looks like this. Bam, 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 bam. And then the market is going up. A valid entry point would be here at this level. If you get basically above that high, then the market can make a U-turn. If you search for rejection wick in candlestick charts, then you can get a better understanding of that. Here, this trade also doesn't do anything right now. Simply break even. Gold is also coming a little bit under pressure. Also here, if you see things like this, create an anchored VWAP. And if the market from the top basically is going to this direction, then it's could be a nice short trade. And if you cannot get any entry here at this level, well, yeah, this move simply have to wait. Going very straight down. Without any opportunity basically to get in. So then you simply have to wait, you know. Sometimes it should not be. You can see right now we have latency spikes. Every time a few here, that's a little bit confusing. Long time I did not have this latency spikes. Is there something as foul play in futures markets? Well, there are rules and regulations that you can read on the CME website, and there are things that are actually forbidden, yeah? Something like spoofing, for example, to place fake orders. This is forbidden, but very difficult to prove, of course. There are rules and regulations. So if you read the rules and regulations, then you can know how to behave correctly. And then, yes, there can also be foul play. Look like today's AVWAP has standard deviation lines above and below. How did you set those? I don't seem to have that option. Pete, you should have this option. If you go to settings, configure add-ons, and you have AVWAP, you go below and you bands, you click show ±1, show ±2, and then they are being added to your VWAPs. If I want to have them on the green line, on the anchored VWAP, I can also add them, but I do not. If you check here, you can see they are being added. I don't want to have them with the anchored VWAP, only with my session VWAP. Otherwise, the picture is getting completely confused. Yeah. Just bands, show first and second, then you got them. Again, these lines here, they are like high volume nodes, and we can see how they are respected. Yes, Pete, then you should have it. So, and I would call it a quit for today. And well, we have to continue now in our LIT trading community. So if you want to if you also want to be part of it, you can get more information here on this link. And join us if you cannot wait. Basically, you can come immediately to our community, and we still have our founder prize. You can get more information here, daily Q&A sessions and live tradings. And well, with the goal to make money and to get funded as quick as possible. So then I would say that we see each other next week, maybe with another special webinar. We have something in our mind with Bruce. And well, have a good day and be careful. Really, trading the next days and next week can become very bumpy, and do not risk too much. Yeah, that is part of the game. So take care and bye bye.